Hello and welcome everyone back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. Well, post Shadowbringers, as last time we finished off the main portion of the game. But as always, we have some extra stuff to do before we call it for now and switch over to Yakuza 0. Namely, we got the epilogue, which is 5.1 to 5.3, the Eden raids in this case, and the Nier raids, which we're holding off on the Nier raids until we finish up Nier Automata, so those are going to be last. But the idea for the foreseeable future is to do 5.1, then the first portion of Eden, 5.2, second portion of Eden, 5.3, third portion of Eden, excuse me, geez. And if we have time, we'll try to squeeze in the twinning in there, because I know a lot of people want to see that as well. And yeah, we'll just see how that all goes. Now, like always, Amy is with me, but unfortunately she is not feeling well. She's basically lost her voice, so she won't be able to join in as far as conversations or anything like that. She'll be able to talk and chat and all that, but she will not be able to make a lot of comments and that sort of thing. So yeah, hope everyone is doing well. And as we get into these next set of quests and whatnot, there's from what I've seen, there are 10 quests that make up 5.1, so we should be able to complete all those today, I would think. And then off line, yes, I did see that F099 let's just play in private lobbies, which will be very handy for Good Vibes Gaming's bi-monthly gameplay. Basically, when we get together and play with all of our patrons at the certain tier EP hangouts. Thank you, Alf. Oh my gosh, I guarantee those will be coming up, and that should be a lot of fun. Yeah, let's see. Alpha says, I do want to apologize for some of the things I said last week when discussing Xeno. Some of my comments crossed the line. I know I made some people uncomfortable with them. I'm going to try and rein in my insistent and irrational hatred for him going forward, at least until we're done with EW. I can probably discuss everything I cannot stand about him. I honestly miss those, but the apology is always appreciated. But yeah, I completely missed him because I was just sucked into what was going on.
It's okay if he ever wants to rant. I will definitely rant with him.
But Amy agrees. Otherwise,
don't say I agree.
well, not agrees, but she understands because she does not like Xenos as well.
What I said is, if he ever wants to rant with me, I'm all there.
Oh,
I'm there for it.
she said if you want to rant with Amy, she's all there for it. Now, last time I did get a bunch of my tombstone gear and changed up my look, but it was all black, and I decided to actually use a dye for once, and got myself a nice teal cloak to go with it, which I think actually like really brightens up the whole thing. Like, it really does wonders for this outfit. Smashman, thank you very much for the 100 bits, saying, I have a question about a potential request I'm thinking about. I really wanted to see you play Warrior Land 4, but it's an incredibly short game. You'd be able to easily finish it within a single stream. Would you be willing to 100% the game on normal, then play on hard and super hard if I were to specifically request it? I mean, if it's part of the request, then yeah, I'd probably do that, especially if it's such a short game. So there is that as well. So yeah, if you want to do that, we can, I don't think that's a problem whatsoever. But yes, Gralia, Sayo, thank you for joining me. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into Mordana and see what we got for us. Let's see. Something else we might want to add to the Shadowbringers to-do list, especially if it's a week where Amy can't join us. A little thing called Memoria Misera. I don't know what that is, obviously. Oh, there's Amy. Hold on. Get her in the party. Sounds good, Polyglot. I know you're working on Like a Dragon right now. Sounds like Miserable Memory, so yeah. I guess it fits. Start of Boja. Oh, Caldea, thank you very, very much for the tier 1 subscription. 40 months now. Holy cow. That's Instead, wow. Thank you so much. So generous of you. And thank you for sticking around. All right. Does she have avatar? Does her avatar have pants? I don't know at the moment. I'd have to look. It's a hidden thing that leads toward the Shadowbringers relic grind, but is not part of that grind. It has a bit of extra lore in it. I see. We'll see what happens, but for now, let's check out Shaken Resolve. Milan, gods, it's good to see you. I hope your being here means you've had your fill of rest. More than my fill. Amy said the bottom one. Well, you've certainly earned it. Is that the same one? Okay. Oh, that's it. So Amy said the other one, and Tataru says, "You're too selfless. That's your problem. But you'll be no good to anyone if you don't take a break every once in a while." Anyway. Oh, game is mute. Oh, I forgot to turn on the desktop. I'm sorry. Let me do that. There we go. Now we should have some music. Sorry about that. What we need is a new no sleep subathon of Xenoblade Trilogy. Starts when someone donates $5,000. Oh my god. Oh, that would be Huh? Oh, Amy says I would do that for $5,000. Yes, if you donate $5,000, yes, I will do a no sleep subathon of Xenoblade. God, yes. Not much has happened since your last visit. I had planned for you to meet that helper I told you about, but he refuses to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's all right. Oh, I know all three. I would still do it. For 5K? Heck yes. Uh-huh. Not much has happened since your last visit. Oh, I already said that. We've been exchanging messages with the Eorzean Alliance throughout, though. They say the fighting has finally stopped at the Grimlet Dark, and that the Empire has shown no sign of movement, which means we might actually have a moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the First. Great. Oh, and if you don't mind, I'd like to ask Philemon to join us. She'll want to know what happened to Minfilia, and I think it's best she hears it from you. We'll meet you at on the terrace at the House of Splendors. I gotta sneeze. Thank you. Oh, man. Gotta let Philemon know what... I forgot about the... Oh, yeah, Philemon's here, so we gotta actually tell that. Gotta tell her poor mother that she died, that she's gone. Oh yeah, gotta search around for some extra quests at some point. Anyway, Milan, it has been too long. Tataru did mention that I would be joining you, did she not? Thank you. Words cannot well express how I've longed to know more of the First. This world Minfilia has sacrificed so much to save. But come, rest your feet. Tataru should be arriving shortly. And so Minfilia chose to pass on her gifts to the next oracle, this girl who Thancred named Reen. To have such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it when given the choice. In that respect, they are quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Milan, might I ask a favor when you next return to the First, to tell Reen what I cannot? To tell her thank you. And I would offer thanks to you as well for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, but can I have a word? Real, I hope you're here to tell me you've received word from our helper. I wish, nay, not had a peep out of him, and it's been a good long while now, too bloody long. On account of which, I'm going to sneak over the border and see if I can get a signal to him from up closer up. But what if they catch you? There must be another way. Well, it ain't as if we can ask Thancred to do it. Besides, I shouldn't have no trouble picking me way through the gimlet now that the fighting's died down. Gods know there's enough shadows to hide in. And it beats waiting around here twiddling me thumbs. Any road, I just thought I'd let you know. Now I'd best be... Heck, I nearly forgot. Kryle's at the stones and she wants a word. Something to do with the patients. She was getting ready to examine them again when I left. We'd best head back then. I'm sure it's important. Real question is, does he 100% those games or just finish? 5K to finish, 8K to complete. I think I would double it to complete. Right. Isn't Philemon the one that has the massively different design in 1.0? I forget what it looks like exactly, but I remember it being like, yeah, like she just seems like here she just seems like a older woman, and in the original she's just much younger looking. I already did one, so X instead. I guess that's something. It seems she's still examining them. Oh, I do hope it's nothing bad.
You're here. Good.
Oh, I'm super excited for the Mega Man Marathon, Loyal Dingo. It's weird to think that we're still quite a ways from it, but I'm trying to get there as fast as I can. Just think, Creel. And a few more expansions, we're going to get you an art degree.
How are they? Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health. For the present, at least.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed. Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies.
Leave it to me.
Thank you.
But where's he even supposed to start? We had the greatest minds in the realm hunting high and low for an answer, and they ran out of places to look.
You stated in your report that the Exarch had originally intended to reverse the summoning process by means of his own death, correct? Raha always was a reckless young fool, ready to die for the first righteous cause that came along. His plan might well have worked, but I for one am glad he never had the opportunity to see it through. Even if it does mean our friends must remain stranded a while longer. There is another way, I am sure of it. And the key lies with him, with the Exarch.
I wonder when they stop referring to him as the Exarch.
Apprise him and the others of the situation. We, meanwhile, will do what we can from here. And, if the fates are kind, we will have good news to share upon your return.
I forgot Creole new Graha. Alright. Well, I'll go out here so we can teleport together. Though it says you're viewing a cutscene. Everybody dancing away. When you come back out, we'll tell. Oh, you're still there. It didn't say you were viewing a cutscene anymore. Alright, I'll just head over. It's only 300 anyway. And you have more money than me. Alright, let's see if I can spot the twinning real quick. Just so we know where to go whenever we want to do that. Because I know that's a highly requested mission. Oh, look at them all. Oh my god. In the middle of nowhere. Oh, minstrel from another mother. By the time you hear this, the aspiring sky watcher. Holy crap. I still have all these for the... Oh my god. Alright. Got some quests to gather. Good to know. I don't know which one is the twinning. Oh, Egro. We definitely need Belling to get her voice back, hopefully by Saturday, because her Link to the Past stream was really fun last Saturday. I'm hoping it'll be good for tomorrow, because that's when she's supposed to be playing Baba Is You. It's by the time you hear this. She's very glad that you had fun. Okay, by the time you hear this. Alright, into the ocular. Ah, Milan, you are returned. I hope your time in the source was suitably restful. But of course it wasn't. Go on. The corporeal ether shows signs of instability by the gods. The possibility never even occurred to me. If you have returned in the hope that my research has yielded a solution, I fear you will be sorely disappointed. 'Tis but a mercy we have the likes of Mistress Kryl and Master Montoya to keep our friends' bodies safe while we wrestle with the problem. But they cannot forestall the separation of body and soul indefinitely. Come, the others must be told.
may excuse my late arrival.
Will Thancred and Reen not be joining us?
Nay, milady. With apologies to all, they beg leave to pursue their investigation of the empty to its conclusion. Should matters here demand their presence, however, they did assure me that they would make themselves available.
Yes, of course. Then let us proceed. I think it best that you begin by providing a summary of Mistress Kryle's findings.
Hey, Max and Lee. Hope you're doing well.
I suppose it was only to be expected that some change would occur.
Yet our souls seem unaffected, to my eye at least. How long they will remain so is another question. Kryle is right. It is imperative we find a way to return to the source.
Perhaps an explanation of the method by which I brought you here will yield some inspiration. Ere I begin, it must be noted that I am by no means a gifted mage. In order to employ powerful magics, I must rely upon the Crystal Tower and its boundless reservoirs of energy.
Hey, Lon Lon.
The magic that summoned you was no exception. 'Tis a singular spell, adapted through painstaking effort from the technique that transported me to the first. To use an analogy, it works by cutting a hole in the fabric of reality. A hole tailored to the object of summoning, through which it and it alone may pass unscathed. Though I succeeded in creating said hole, I failed to latch onto my intended target. Instead of you, the spell found those close to you, and ended up summoning them in their incomplete state. I would not soon throw my life away, not after the lengths you and yours went to save it. And so long as I breathe, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. But should all else fail, and your lives be at stake, there remains one sure method.
Stop trying to die.
What was that for?
How can you even entertain such thoughts? You owe your life to the Warrior of Light, and you don't get to die unless he says so.
Hey, Riptonia.
Your followers await your divine judgment.
What did you just...
Friggin' Alize.
If the two of you have finished, perhaps we could return to our discussion? Rather than dwelling upon the multiple failed attempts at transference, I think it would behoove us to focus on the solitary success.
Oh, good luck, Ogrepon.
Attention to the fact that our friend can travel between worlds possessed not only of his body and soul, but his personal effects besides. This is no different from the teleportation magics to which we are all accustomed. Magics that allow for the transportation of those inanimate objects one considers to be an extension of oneself.
Are you suggesting that simply by considering us his possessions, he could carry our souls back to the source upon his person?
Well, it would be nice if things were that simple for a change. But vague notions of ownership seem a rather tenuous thing to stake our lives on. So much as a moment of doubt on his part, and we'd be left floating in the rift.
Milady hath the right of it. The requisite fixity of belief would be too much to ask, even. Yet, were we to immure our souls within an object in his possession, mayhap then our safe passage could be assured.
What the heck?
White Auracite would, I believe, serve as a suitable vessel for this purpose. It was conceived to imprison the massy soul of an Ascian, and should house one of ours with relative ease.
Well, Dingo, been playing the Phantom Menace PS1 game that released on PS. I didn't realize that released on PS5. I had that as a kid. It sucks. The Phantom Menace PS1 game is awful. I never got past God, I don't even know if I got off Naboo. You die so easily.
We would need only to ensure our soul's safe preservation inside the stone and identify a means by which they might be transferred back onto our vacant bodies.
Soul preservation and transference. I believe I know of someone who may be able to assist us. On the far shore of the source, there stands a great palace built by the elves. It was forsaken in the wake of the flood, but a certain Numo chose to make their home there soon after. Though they have long lived as a recluse, they once occupied a place of honor in Verbert's royal court, and it is said that none in all of Norvrand is more knowledgeable than they on matters of the soul.
Well, I've no objection to seeking a helping hand, but if they've gone to such lengths to hide themselves away from the world, what makes you think they'd be willing to lend us one?
Oh, hey, Clement.
A worthy question. Years ago, I myself tried and failed to solicit their cooperation in the battle against the Sin Eaters. No sooner had I begun to make my plea than they unleashed a swarm of their familiars upon me. Unlike me, however, you have curried favor with the Fae folk. By that merit alone, I am hopeful that they would grant you an audience. They may still be inclined to turn you away, of course, but if their knowledge might feasibly facilitate your return home, we have to try.
I'm seeing all kinds of mentions of a lot of the RPGs coming out. Is anybody picking up Tekken? This, I think it's this Friday it comes out. Ovum cordon bleu, lemonade, jellied haricot, oysters on the half shell. I gotta go with the cordon bleu. Cordon bleu is delicious. Yep, we're doing 5.1 tonight, Geeky Griffin. Alright. I think this is a much better weapon. Oh, right. You got him here. Item level 500. Oh my god. Still not as good as these, but man, what an upgrade over my 430. Jeez. Yeah, I definitely use that. Augmented Crystarium Spear. Heck yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, Apollo Justice also comes out. Oh my god. Very pointy. Oh yeah. Amy's for her, I think it was a white mage. Looks like a wind vane. It looks pretty cool, honestly. Grand Adventure. FP2 coming to both Nintendo and PlayStation. Oh yeah, Freedom Planet 2. We're finally getting that on console. Thank God. I still haven't played the original Freedom Planet. Really should do that. Max and Lee, I've not done the Hildebrand quest for Stormblood, but we've done the other ones. Amy and I are going to be doing that in our own time at some point. Right now we're working through the four beasts for post Stormblood. We just beat Byakko. The Grand Cosmos, that is the palace we seek, stands on the opposite shore of the source. I will arrange for a boat to carry us there. Whilst I'll journey us thither, I think it best that I devote mine energies to the creation of white orosite, by thy leave, of course. The process requireth no small amount of time, and should the Pneumo consent to lend us their aid, we will have need of a suitable vessel ere long. Oh, I know, Eggroll. It's too many games. I'm not getting a single one until Final Fantasy because I need to just wait, and there's other stuff for me to beat. Agreed. Then I would ask you, the rest of you, to meet me in Sullen, and do be prepared for a warm reception. Oh, I might as well just do a typical exit. Oh. Oh, Kai's not going to beg me for Mario versus DK. He's not aware enough of that. Yeah, Ryan wants that. It's true. I personally have no plans to get Mario vs. DK right away. There's just too many other bigger games. But trust me, there's a bunch that I would really enjoy playing, but it's just a matter of finding the time, and I have other games to play. Honestly, my gaming time right now has been split between 14 and whatever the game club game is. Oh, the nighttime theme? Or oh no, you're just still talking. And I'm working on a video for GVG. I'm almost finished with the game. Thank God. It has been kicking my ass. Alpha knows, like, I don't want to swim anymore. Oh yeah, you're right about the music. That's wild. As I told you before, I had scarcely set foot on the palace grounds when I was set upon by our host familiars. And I expect our reception today to be no different, which is why I propose we march to the main gate, weapons drawn. I'm sorry, but are we not here to fight to petition for assistance? You can't honestly think barging in looking for a fight is going to persuade them. Oh, the new Peach transformations looks fantastic. Actually, I believe the Exarch may have the right of it. They have no doubt poured a great deal of time and energy into their creations, where I should be most interested to meet with those who could overcome my defenses. As with any true seeker of knowledge, and there is little we can say or do to help convince them to help us if we know nothing of their character, nor less why they chose to hide themselves from the world. But if we can seize their interest, mayhap we can earn ourselves an audience. Weapons drawn it is, then. Though I must say, Exarch, you certainly seem to be enjoying all of this. I like how LSA is just like, I get to pick on Graha from now on. Do I? Well, I will not deny that I enjoy the thought of fighting alongside you all rather than pacing about inside the Crystal Tower. You both seem to be in rather high spirits if you ask me. Not that I'm surprised. Your moods invariably improve when Milan is around. What exactly are you implying? He averted a calamity, and the light which seemed destined to consume him has been extinguished. 'Tis only natural that we be pleased to see him. Yes, well, you have plenty of time to celebrate his good health after we finish here. Wow. Of course, then let us proceed to the palace. The Grand Cosmos. Oh my gosh. I see you doing all kinds of nutty things out there. Alright. Who's joining up? I'm guessing this is a 4-person dungeon and we have 5 here. So who would... Have we decided who's joining us for this one? I'm guessing Amy's already... Yeah, she's already switched to her dancer. So who wants to be healer? Who wants to be tank? Alright. Back Fox can tank. Sayo can tank. Anybody want to heal? Let's see. All right. We haven't had Lon Lon on the team for a while, so we're going to go with Lon Lon. And if you're okay with it, Alpha, I'm going to take Bat Fox. Oh, Johnny can heal as well. Wow, everybody's just here. Yeah, we didn't get Johnny last time, so if it's okay... Did we get Arjan last time as well? I can't remember. But yeah, I guess we'll go with John and Lon Lon once they're both here. Thanks for joining, John. It's so funny. My 2 guests for the next game club are both here in the chat. Everyone, it's a reference to Smash. Yeah. Man, this update took no time at all to get us into another dungeon. Trust me, Alpha. I've never attempted to be a healer in duties yet either. I'm finally getting sort of the hang of being a tank thanks to my Dark Knight, but I always feel like on edge. It's like I don't know if I'm doing okay. I'm so scared. Like I don't want to screw up. Okay. Let me do that. From this, let's add John and Lon Lon, actually. Lon Lon should be in here. Let's see. Where is he? There he is. And Lon Lon, you're Lariah, right? DPS players go by Hakuna Matata. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just an saying in our thing. The best part of screwing up as a healer is it's still getting the commendation. Right, okay. Invite Lariah. Oh, no worries. That backpack is adorable. Ah, you're going sage. I also have rocked the sage. That looks awesome, John. Alright, well. 556. Final bar line is so friggin' good. Let's do it. The Grand Cosmos. What? If you die, you're cringe. I don't make the rules. Trust me, I feel cringe. I need to be perfect, even though there's nobody actually gives me crap for it. Mind Flayer? Well, I like the music. What a jaunty little tune. Is this new or... Oh, these look cool. These guys came out, they're just like, whatever. See, I am not brave enough to like draw this many people in. I also don't have a ton of great armor yet, so. I'm gonna get out of there. Guides on YouTube to help with tanking. Might be something I look at in the future. Oh look, Latoya's brooms. Okay, I really like this song. God, I love that move. Once you get the hang of it, it's really fun. I am starting to enjoy myself more and more as I play. Because I got to do my dailies in order to get it. I mean, I got my Dark Knight from 30 to 51, so we're getting there. So what will happen when Amy and I finally beat Final Fantasy XIV? So I'll say this. Once we finish Endwalker, I have no plans to stream Final Fantasy XIV any further. It'd be just us enjoying yeah, unless it's requested. But it's something just us going through with friends and all that stuff. They actually sweep. Don't know why I didn't actually see that coming. Does not consider us friends. That's not what I mean. You know that. then Stene requests all the remaining expansions of the game. Well, that's the funny thing, is that we only have Endwalker and the upcoming Dawn Trail left. That's the weird thing, is Amy and I are almost caught up. Still have a bit to go, but yeah. Monster Hunter might not be a bad grind itch. We'll see what I get to do otherwise, is now I get to try to be able, like everybody else, and level up all the jobs and all that. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can't. This is gorgeous. I like this mansion, Amy. Oh, yeah, I can't talk to you. Sorry. Predictions: today wins every subathon in order to make sure I continue streaming the expansion and patches. Yeah, I can say other than the dungeons, I have no plan. I don't plan to stream 6.1 to 6.55 because that has nothing to do with Endwalker itself. I'm glad you're enjoying Monster Hunter so much, though, Eggroll. I tried it a long time ago. I've not gone back since the more popular entries, but wasn't quite able to get into it. What's that? Oh, Joe says I have no current intentions. What's that? Oh, Amy's just saying she loves this. That's one way to catch up. I'll miss out fighting Behemoth in Monster Hunter World. Yeah, we still need to do the Monster Hunter quests in this game. Amy really wants the Rathalos mount. By the way, I'm not sure if Clement is still here or not, and but he did put out a Final Fantasy XVI video, which I do plan to watch once I beat Final Fantasy XVI. But if you've beaten Final Fantasy XVI, you should watch it as well. What's that? Or if not, you don't plan on playing it. But hey, maybe you'll get interested in playing it from watching that. And I know John has said he's working on his next video, which is always exciting. Seriously, Clement, I am like it's the, like, I want to play more Final Fantasy XIV, but I also want to play more Final Fantasy XVI, and what do I do? I'm going to pick up this seed. It says interact, so transporting. I don't know. Maybe we're trying to spread the... Oh, trying to just get out of the grass so they don't spawn. I see. Yeah, get them off the grass, because if they're on the grass, they actually become plant monsters that we have to deal with. Clever. How many Final Fantasy 16 side quests I've done? All that I've had available, but I'm also still super early in the game. Like, I'm still with Jill going back to our home country to investigate things. So I'm extremely early in the game. Looks like they're all off. Oh, not this one. Oh crap, that one got through. Like John's had to work overtime to keep us healed. They get knocked into good spots. I noticed that. Next time I'll make sure we have some sort of spot that, like, make sure that they go in the proper direction. Fine. This one needs to be picked up and moved. Oh no! It dropped out of my hands before I could actually get it. That sucks. I almost got it out of the way. There we go. Just needed a weed whacker. Oh, good night, egg roll. Take care. Battlefield and Final Fantasy XIV boss is usually this dynamic. The further you get into, yes. Huh, Bell Porksies. Oh, great B-Man. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. 6 months now. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. What do I think of 16 so far? I'm really enjoying it. I do want to play more. It's just like finding time to play it is tricky, especially when I'm also playing 14 and I'm really trying to get my other classes up to 80 so I can see those other stories that, you know, we could see from the other roles. That's been my sort of big goal lately. Oh, you're already going for that. Bunch of stuff for Dancer popping up, Amy. This is cool. Somebody could take some housing tips from all this. Alpha says a very good goal. I mean, I try. Plus, I wouldn't mind getting my machinist ready to go for Endwalker. Excuse me. Getting a little better at this, my movements and whatnot. I don't know, I think it'd be cool to see if it could eventually become good enough that I can attempt those savage raids along with Johnny and his parties. Oh, look at this. Ghost Dancers. Getting a Castlevania vibe all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. It's the Haunted Mansion, exactly. Sully these halls long enough. Come, Lugus, our guests yet want for company. Well, that looks awesome. I don't know. I don't know if I'd enjoy savage stuff or want a tip or discover on your own. What do you think, Amy? Want a tip? Yeah, we'll take a tip on the boss. Great B-Man likes his boss. Don't get hit. That's from when you get a red mark, stay away from the furniture. Got it. I see the drapery. I see the grand piano. Alright. Noted. When you get covered in blue fire, pass it to the furniture or curtains. So, blue fire to the get close to the furniture. If it's red, stay away. Got it. go this way because it's away from the furniture. Close to the curtain. Oh, I think we were on the same... There we go. Because we went to the same place, Amy, it took yours instead. That's alright. Then no. I thought we could both do the same thing, but we can't. Thanks, John. That poor stool. It was a stool pigeon. Red means stay away. Blue means get close. I'll go to this plush sofa. There should be something. Oh no. I don't know. I don't see anything. I'm sorry, Amy. It seems rude to only have enough furniture for 3 people. I see. That's the order he goes in. Oh, it's because some furniture was prematurely burned. This guy's beefy. Whew. What's coming for me next? Maybe do you want to use... Oh, you can't easily use yours when it's break, can you? There we go. That's it for Lugus. Thanks, guys. I think those tips from John definitely helped. I didn't realize Lariah was in a princess dress. I missed that somehow. Uh-huh. Oh, that's funny. Gotta live a little Lalafels. This boss is a newbie killer if you don't know the gimmick. I guess that's the fun of these when you get these new duties, is figuring out what the heck you do with them. All right. Well, that was fun. Yeah, no music drop.
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh, impressive.
No worries, John. Glamour is a cosplay of Charlotta from Grand Blue Fantasy. I have not played Grand Blue Fantasy at all, so very cool. I'm sure you're excited for Relink in that case.
Beckloak, 'tis good to see you again after all these years. And judging by your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I shan't complain. But you must be wondering as to the purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent matter.
Shake? Beg?
What a different voice.
Our comrades' very souls are in danger. If we are to save them, we will need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men. You are sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
Time stage, my bond partner said if I ever Fanta to Alala, he'll divorce me.
Terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion. But I know that the Numo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to heal.
Are they accidentally treating this thing as a dog?
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again.
I never took the Numo as dogs, more cows.
Too, and countless innocents died for my naivety. Oh, you know not what you ask of me. What horrors my knowledge has wrought.
I think I missed that Numo are compelled to help you when you use phrases like dog commands. Refuse all you want, we won't lie down except defeat. Nah, we would never misuse it.
You wish only to save your friends? Nothing more?
Remember Winter Soldiers like that, but with less train cars.
No. No. Oh, very well. I will hear your petition, but that is all. And I expect fitting payment for my troubles.
Commensurate with your contribution to our cause. No more and no less, I promise you. With that settled, might I impose upon you to join us at the Crystarium? I'm afraid the nature of my friend's predicament calls for absolute secrecy.
Alright. Oh hey, I got a Seeker of Solitude card. Nice. Take that. And definitely a better... those, and... Yep, that'll do. There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with Becklug. For the record, I truly wish we hadn't had to resort to using such words when treating with them. I have ever sought to convince, not compel. And I cannot deny that a part of me is glad Oriange shared his knowledge of the new mode with us. Had he not, Becklug wouldn't be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. To keep our guests waiting would only add insult to injury. We mustn't dally here any longer, Milan. If Becklug is to hear the truth of our travails in the first, you of all people should be present. Or just hitch a ride. There's probably so many more triple triad cards I need to collect.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own. And
I kind of like Becklug's voice.
of them all.
Oh, it's dense because because of the umbral calamities, and they're
Heroism, the skies
7/14 of a person, other than us, who's 8/14 of a person.
Mercy of 4-3 and the Sin Eaters.
That's why they seem thicker.
After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Oh, 8 out of 14 and 9 out of 14. Okay. For some reason, I thought there was only seven umbral calamities, and we're in the 8th astral era.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
The source plus the 7 rejoined worlds. Okay. That makes sense.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
Cool. Ishtilla noticed the brooms. Alright, let's go. What's Becklog got for us? You have spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? White Auracite, you say, an intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there is no telling what may happen to their souls within the Auracite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to the transference? In theory, yes, but the soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your minds would ultimately be separated from these faux bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. God, this sounds dangerous. Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the inn at Journey's Head, corrupted by the Sin Eaters, their ether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals? Why? Do you think they might be able to help them? I might, or I might not, but I shan't know for sure until I've seen their condition firsthand. Then I would glad to take you to them, on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no need for all of us to accompany you. While you escort our guests to the inn, I will assist Oriange in creating the requisite Auracite. I believe my talents would be better applied to that endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Becklug as necessary? Let us make for Amarang then. Journey's End. Having broken Light's stranglehold on the first, I would like to believe that they will one day recover, yet I fear that day may not come soon. Becklug told me they wish to meet the worst afflicted, Howrick. There are times when I swear there's something he wants to tell me, if only he could form the words. And if we actually start helping these people, that'd be something. Ah, yes, the creepy kid. So this is Howrick, is it? Yes, his etheric balance leans perilously toward the light, towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light. He will become a sin-eater. You don't know that. We've defeated the wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Howrick was completely unresponsive before, but now... Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there is a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Vobert. Then for far darker purposes. Lest it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sakes, I will break that oath. It is not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Cool. Didn't expect us to actually be able to help these people. No effect so far. What is this warmth I feel in my chest? Well, that's a good sign. I feel warm in my legs. They don't feel as heavy. All right. What do we got here? Now then, have you noted any change in the patients? A notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function, in most of the patients at least. The more severely afflicted showed no response. As I feared then, 'tis true that with the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of light will no longer grow, and yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time. But this holds true only for their corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that is, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Howrick, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even. By the gods, he could wake to find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence, the opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live. No, there is something we can do. There must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petitioned your aid, but do you think it possible we can find a way to hasten their recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it impossible that in treating them we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. Ah, the rare roast beast. I'll boost scary helicopter. If I notice chat being quiet, I just assume they're absorbed in the story. I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past, that I was once a mage of the royal court of Vobert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administered to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague the like of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. And now you have a chance to redeem yourself. That I do, a comforting thought indeed. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. Do you think it can be done? Were the sky still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility, but now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done, if it's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured, or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well. Your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and the finest of clays, as well as a fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar could help the patients, fine. Alphano, the water and clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Oh no. Fine. We'll pay a visit to Ilmeg, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the new Mo of Pla Eni. They will be able to supply you with the water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? Off to play with the pixies once again. There still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? The clay, if I may. Clay from Amarang would likely be best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist us? Probably the miners at Twine? Ah, yes, they will be able to point you in the right direction, I am sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if there's aught else I can learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. Alright, Magnus. Give us that clay. Alfie and Red Alfie. Milan, what a coincidence. You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you took to Nabath Arang. The trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter, had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that Chai Nuz. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it. This man and his trolleys. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean we can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Milan here didn't come all the way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, friend? I see, and this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other, waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take the clay from Mount Biren mines to make adobe bricks. Place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than look to there. Hey, Oscar. Oh, you beat another code recollection. Good job. And yep, I did see that the side order finally got a date. So that is exciting. Alright, time to fly. It's so nice that we can fly to all these places now. What's that? I chose Twine, and that seemed to be the right answer. Nope, everybody's saying bless you. Yeah, it's more of a cough, but it's still appreciated. Oh, I'm getting worse. Sorry. Amy's still not feeling very well. Really? I love this thing attacks and everybody jumps on it. My god. That poor coyote. There's the last one. Hey, Ice Climber. How's it going? Nothing poor about it. It knows what it did. Honestly, I'm surprised they spent so little time with the pixies. The pixies were constantly confusing me with Alice, in jest, I assume. I mean, it's not as if we look that much alike. We don't look that much alike, do we? I mean, until you guys changed outfit, I had to look for your hair ties, so yes. You still have the same hair, hairstyle. That'd better be the only thing we need from the pixies. If I have to endure one more prank, so help me gods. The twins have returned in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would at least turn one of them into a garden ornament, but no. You have the clay, I take it? Wonderful. We need but combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Hey, Hexen. Enjoying Shadowbringers. We're doing the 5.1 content now since last stream we actually beat the main game. So now I'll be wrapping up Shadowbringers with 5.1 to 5.3, the Eden duties, and the near raids. So, yeah. Becklug, I have a question. In the event that we had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Howick and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there is a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Maybe you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state combined with a strong desire to help them can drastically increase the magic's effect, and you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all of Norvrant more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Milan? Wow, that second one's a jerk response. Absolutely, she's the best woman for the job. I hope your friend's doing okay, Ice Climber. I'll give it my all for Halric, for Tesleen. Then we are all of a mind on the matter. Alisaie should be the one to conjure the familiar.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay?
That's a lot of Play-Doh.
Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy.
Oh, I'm familiar with Porksies thanks to the Fae tribe quest. Or the fairy tribe, pixie tribe quest, excuse me.
Curly tail.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean. There we are. How's that?
Oh no.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
We don't get to hear Alphino laugh like this too often.
Yes, yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Do.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
Oh my god.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye.
I love seeing the evolution. I love seeing the evolution of Alisaie from when we first met her.
As I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Hey, that's a Porksy.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric.
Well, the Porksy I know sucks up nightmares, so... we just saw the pig.
Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name.
So good, isn't it?
All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
I like it. Makes me think of Dragon Quest VIII. Oh yeah, also Angelo from Final Fantasy VIII, Renoa's dog.
Mother, I...
Close. How is he, Backlog? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a further full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via Orosite. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Backlug said that when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that sound a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? She wants to save the... Oh my gosh. She's still thinking of the goblin. If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Gabu, that's it. Thank you, Time Sage. Gabu. Kobold. That's right, not goblin. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halric's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth-aspected ether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we could save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? Gosh, they're bringing that back. That's impressive. I see. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here. Work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beck Lugg and see if you can't make some headway with their newly posited theories. We might have just invented a hypothetical cure for tempering, which would be something else. I will tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium, then. Finally, I found you. Oh, hey, you. Kaishir, what are you doing all the way out here? I mean, the thing is, this might be an important plot point considering even more so than Gabu. Because let's say what has been said about Hydaelyn comes true, considering us. That might come into it. There's trouble back in Yulmore. Lady Chai's beside herself, sighing, pacing, the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. I take it I will be returning to the Crystarium alone. Go on then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Beck Lugg. Yeah, this has some potential. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Yulmore is at stake. Lady Chai's up in the parlor. Best not keep her waiting, eh? Alright, off to Yulmore. I think we get a flying pig mount for finishing off the pixie quests. The music's so happy. Well, not seeing here seems to be out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that, sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. There's Cat Mom. Oh, no worries, Karagosa.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Golg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see.
It should have been you.
After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well. No one wanted such responsibility.
That's cool.
Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so We decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
Couldn't take the pressure.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so?
I love this woman. There's something so endearing about her.
What do you think has become of my husband?
I don't know whatever it is, he won't have fled. Sorry, but I think he's fled. Will be encouraging.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
I can't choose the jerk options. I'm not that mean.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
No worries, lass. Hope the work goes well. Well, I gotta go with the pixie berry tea. That sounds delicious. I gotta say, I'm impressed that you two are able to dance together like that. It must be a special emote. Ah, okay. That's cool. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I will meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Can it be the buttress? We used the same emote and the game started us both from the beginning on your end, where your game loaded us both simultaneously. Well, that just kind of perfectly worked out. Master Chai, why yes, I spoke with him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood, concerned with Yulmore's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Vothary's apparently inexhaustible stores of meal and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of the trade here in Yulmore, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Let's see. Let's go to the Southeast Derelicts. wasn't so in sync in your end. That's fascinating, honestly. Oh. God, I really do have to go around and just collect all these other quests at some point. I recall a man fitting that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts, and you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. Oh, Shellshock, thank you so much for the raid! Thank you for being coming in. We are playing some Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. We're in the 5.1 update right now. Nothing too spoilery, so that's good for those who don't want to get spoiled. And hey, you're playing Nier Automata as well. How far are you? I am a portion of the way through the third playthrough. So, your first time, or just finished the second main playthrough. I don't know if you started the third one. Yeah, first time just like me. I don't know if you started the third one yet, but it gets wild. You're in for a time when you play next. I will say nothing more, but we're basically kind of close. I'm just a little bit ahead of you. You did see the preview for it. Okay, I'll say nothing. Just let them enjoy it, because yeah, good stuff. So I would just leave it at that. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies. But folk here just don't want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself. Something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was headed for Gate Town when I last saw him. Alright, off to the Glory Gate. I know, I saw that you'd seen that. Oh, did you? Okay, I haven't bothered with those. Oh, good night, Oscar. Take care. Thank you for joining. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When I last saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defenses, amongst other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothri, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I propose replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts in Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Kalusia as well. And I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. I like what this is indicating for China's. Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? For the people. All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical then that having consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. Milan, if you would go and make inquiries in Right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gatetown I leave to you, Kaisher. Fair enough. Where shall we meet when we finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to me to be his next most likely destination. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then. But if not, we will be well situated to continue our search. Off to Right. Almost said what? Oh, you're still trying to get that? I'm sorry. No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mistil gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Right and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to their promises of me all in the chance of a lavish life among the free. Oh, good night, Cat Evie. Take care. And Vothri thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we'd had left to guard his paradise. I didn't even tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothri's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend. Chinuz, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Oops, this way. That is quite the elevator. Oh, it is up there. I don't know if we got to hear this song before. Excuse me. So he paid a visit to both Right and Gatetown as well, did he? I see. Kaishir and I glean much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Kalusia, and the only likely place he has left to go being at Amity. Come, if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him. I don't believe Amity has a... Yeah, it doesn't. I always look like a punished small child when I would use this mount. Being sent to my room. There he is. That's just how you carry cats. Milan, Alphano, Kaishir, what are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word and bade us return you to her side. What in the blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. Though I suppose she could have overlooked it, and when she gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai, but since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you've been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Kalusia, that much is true, but I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. I see, and you believe said resources can be found here. Indeed, the people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is, in itself, proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. We believe in you, Master Chai. Oh, you're doing the other one? I don't know what to say. Same with either one you pick. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Yulmore, but that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble, or a boil more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphino, I haven't had a clue to what to do with myself. Spent most days in a daze, but you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up to Mount Gold, didn't you? How hard can mayoring be? You're going to steer Yulmore to a better future. I know it. And I want to help. Properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you, but I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let's press on together. Thank you, Master Chai. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I'm here, to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly, and are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon is his name, and yes, he is, or was. I had scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Vothri's father when he was in office. If Ranji was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left, and between them they kept Yulmore on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristal then. As I recall, you made a rather favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. Greetings, friend, and to you too, Master Chai. I presume you are here to ask after Rendon. I couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Vothri gone, Yulmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hopes that we could build a better Yulmore together, and that is still my wish, but given how abominably you were mistreated there, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmore, and I would not see you suffer for Vothri's villainy. I love the chair, Amy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of Yulmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive, commit to this course, and prove to him Yulmore has the resolve to change. Resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well, to Pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe. Alright, off we go. Amy's on a chair, I'm on a bird.
Well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
No, I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vorthry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make.
Love this guy's coat.
In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Vorthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together.
Never expected this much development on China's.
A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthry. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
Tom Sage, he's overqualified. I mean, I'd vote for him just based on that. Mm-hmm. Amy said his voice acting superb, and I agree.
More for the people.
Mm-hmm. This is a good conversation.
I'd rather like the sound of that. But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office. You would? You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems. But first, I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Excuse me. Right then, is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Yulmore now faces. I assume you'll agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Yes, me all being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers does not like to contribute much to society, save violence perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I will consider offering you my counsel. A combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply and another that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of all that by yourself, did you? Well, yes, it began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago after speaking with the peoples of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You impress me, Chinuz. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet, only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. A fair point, Rendon, and one to which I have given much thought. I propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos, but Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as heir to the Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I am quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. Ooh, exquisite beef stew, Pixberry cheesecake, Kakuru rusk. Nah, I gotta go with that cheesecake. I only use the food for the experience boosts. I barely look at the other stuff. Rendon is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have. which is why I proposed that to make use of the long-abandoned Talos which wander the wilds of Kalusia. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at top rung. Come with me. I've lost track. I'm not quite sure how many quests we have left to till the end of 5.1. Feels like we're getting somewhat close, though. There they are. What do we got? Aha! The old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with a dastardly potent insulating powder capable of halting the flow of ether in a Talos. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly, thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be simple enough to matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I'd ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I have said before, it is high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the Talos isn't a threat, there's 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal of you. I am jealous you just had a piece of cheesecake, Haragosa. That's as it may be, Kaishir, but Rendon tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, I must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Hear, hear. Yes, well, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labors. And to make sure I do, I will require your help. As Kaishir says, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that could get in the way of my work. I will also need your talent to need you to alert me when it is safe to subdue the Talos. Understood? Good. Then let's be off the quick way through the north gate and see if we can't find a suitable vantage point for you. Oh. It says we're here. Oh, we're already at the destination. I wasn't expecting that. Keep a lookout for danger and alert Chinese when it is safe to incapacitate the Talos. You may move the spyglass as well as zoom in and point. Point the Talos at spyglass at Chinese and give him a signal to sneak near the Talos with. Click. Okay. So basically we're just waiting to give him the signal. I was waiting till his back was turned and then I just clicked on him. Click on him maybe? There you go. Yep. Good thing that thing didn't fall backwards. I did it? I did it! Let's move on to another Talos, shall we? Doing our best not to get this man killed. Oh no! Amy got spotted. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. Metal Gear Cat. May leave the next one to me, Milan. Meowtle gear salad. That should do it. Now we have all we need to proceed. Well, they went away from me and then he turned his back. The timing must be different for you. Oh, I'm sorry. Huh. I got a level from that. There's our raid message, Meowtle Gear Solid. Well, somebody got a oh no, it's just celebrating him succeeding. I thought I got a level because I know I'm close. No, he can't actually die, Boo Scare Helicopter. You just have to retry. Chai leveled up, that's right. I can scarcely believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. Welcome to all of our plans. I did it. Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain that your time on Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands, would you not agree? We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai, after you've tinkered with the Talos and all that. Lady Chai is worried sick. We've kind of done it, gone all over the place. A little bit of getting us back home, a little bit of us getting, seeing the rebuilding efforts for the first.
Right then. Form a line and make for Yulmore.
They look at him. What's a Yulmore? That is a really cool city.
What's that noise? Wicked White! Runaway Talos! Call the guard!
Well, we just caused a panic.
Stay back! All of you!
Why did you wait till now to reveal yourselves?
Darling, you're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see. I can't.
Oh, oh dear.
I'm saying nothing because I want Amy's reaction. Oh no, Alpha, no. Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, you don't have the headphones in. I forget. Oh, you do. I thought you didn't. Look at Alpha now having to heal him. I'm reminded of Beware from Pokemon. Excuse me. Oh my god.
Please.
Oh god. Oh, we've met the first version of oh, why am I blanking on his Hildebrand? That's all that reminds me of. That's quite a reception. One Master Chai will struggle to forget. More seriously, the arrival of the Talos has seized the public's attention. Once word is spread around Yulmore, it will make that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. Ooh, an orchestral roll. Moving forward. No need to fret, Milan. I have never felt better. And not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmore. Growly Alpha's a moment of silence. As for where to do it, if we were to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread the word among the citizens, both free and bonded, that they are to assemble there to meet their new mayor. You there, Kaisher, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gate Town and the derelicts? Of course I will. Good lad, I will let the guards know not to bar the way to Vothri's chambers. It goes without saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming he's available. Might as well see it through to the bitter end, eh? And the doorman to the crown lift will show you up. There's chatting.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. Before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around?
Good timing, Polyglot.
'Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthry's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Forthry. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values.
This really is a fantasy.
No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Forthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward.
Man, China's stealing the show for this update.
This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength. For Yulmore!
I have such a fast clap. Mine's just like... It's like, alright, sure, I'll get this over with. It's cool seeing Yulmore rebound. What's that? Mm-hmm. Julia Chai. Ooh. Instead of the city of final pleasures, I hope it will become the city of new endeavors. I like it. That was a fine speech, Master Chai. I believe your words stirred every soul in attendance. Stirred them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all of this, it is that change begins with the individual. 'Tis but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Yulmorans can, it shall be my honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. But we must not forget the individuals who made all of these changes possible. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into the very stone upon which the city stands. I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? We will not be moving into the Emergent, dearest. It's too big for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? Yes, of course. Haven't bet? Aye, that's me. I liked your speech. But there's some folk outside these walls that don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. Then we've much to discuss. No sooner do I take office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Milan. I hope to see you again before long. What a day. I don't know what it means exactly, but I do know I've got plenty to think about. I sense we all have a great deal to consider. I resolved to remain here until such time as Yulmore's future was secured, but it is now clear to me that the city is in capable hands. Honestly, it looks cool with it raining like this. I have every confidence they will find their way, and I believe it is time we went on ours. So Alphino's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends in paradise. That paradise is gone, but something better has taken its place, and I reckon I want to be a part of it. This Yulmore for the people Master Tri's been going on about ain't going to build itself after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference, though. Help keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than one to which you clung before, and I am happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I will pray for your success. Well, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas on how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. Oh, this is the last quest of the set. Truly, to see Kaishir thus inspired by our actions is inspiring in itself. However much I may wish to stay and see what comes of his efforts here in Yulmore, we have matters of our own to attend to. Come, we should return to the Crystal Tower. Mayhap Beklug's studies have borne fruit in our absence. I'm not sure teleporting to the Ethernet shard is quicker, honestly. Yeah, with my loading, it's not that fast, but Amy can take advantage of it. In the course of preparing more Orosite, we made a significant discovery. We thought it best to wait for your return before sharing our findings. And Thancred and Reen are both definitely caught up with everything going on with the Eden stuff. Welcome back. We are given to understand a new mayor has taken office in Yulmore. Indeed, our good friend Master Chai was elected by popular vote and, after some considerable soul searching, chose to accept the post. It is a shame we weren't able to attend his inaugural speech, though I have no doubt you will see more of him in the future. But tell me, how fared you in preparing the White Orosite? Our work did not proceed quite as expected. In your absence, we had a frank discussion on the principles of soul transference and concluded at length that White Orosite was ill-suited for our purposes. But Oriage, did you not say that, compared to the massy soul of an Ascian, the stone could house one of ours with ease? That I did, and armed as we are with Beklug's invaluable insight, 'twould indeed prove a trifling matter, were we to disregard the inviolable link betwixt mind and soul. A link which would, we did belatedly realize, be weakened most perilously in the process of rendering our souls dormant, as Orosite doth require. Thus the shedding of these fleshy simulacra and the surfeit of ether which compriseth them would in all likelihood deprive us of our psyches as well. It would theoretically be possible to channel your minds into the Orosite instead, but we would more than likely sacrifice your souls in the process, which is why we have abandoned that plan and instead devoted our time to finding a means by which mind and soul might be transported together. Then we are no closer to a solution than when we first began. It is a vexing conundrum indeed, but one for which the Crystal Exarch has posited a most intriguing solution. When our discussions turned to the transference of memories and the psyche, I could not help but be reminded of a technique with which I have personal experience. Milan, do you recall what we learned of my eyes from our encounter with Doga and Une? I speak of the royal eye of the Allegan imperial line, gifted to my forebears through the blood and memories of the ancient Allegans. It is by this gift that I am able to control the crystal tower. If we were to gain an understanding of the technology by which the Allegans were able to accomplish this transference, perhaps then we could keep mind and soul together. Imagine, if you will, a device like unto a soul crystal, replete not with only with our worldly memories, but also the bountiful energies of the soul. That is our current avenue of investigation, and we will follow it wheresoever it leads. While we are thus engaged, I think it best that Milan return to the source and inform Kryl and the others of our findings. Agreed. I imagine Tataru will be relieved to hear we've made progress of a sort. Then I would beg leave to relay our findings unto Thancred and Reen, and to assist where I may in their investigations of the empty. Yes, please do. Should we have need of your counsel, we will not hesitate to summon you. What's that? Oh, wow. Yeah. Give our regards to Tataru, won't you? Alright, back to Revenant's Toll. Yeah, at the rate we're going with the way these updates usually go, and how I imagine that Eden will go, I'd say maybe 6, 7-ish more streams until we finish up with all of our Shadowbringers content. Which seems like a lot, but, you know, it's actually, you know, we're definitely on the other end. Milan, you're back. How did everything go in the first? Wait, don't tell me. Kryl will be here shortly and she'll want to hear it too. She's just tending to the others. Their bodies, I mean. Gods, I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. Anyway, you can tell us everything in the moment she gets here. Alright, several cutscenes. Let's wait for Kryl's return. I am counting the near raids, but I'm not sure exactly how long the near raids will be. That's the big unknown here.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly. But tell me, how fare our friends in the first?
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it. Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
Oh, you're back.
Oh. Hello. Oh, weird. See him in regular clothes.
And none the worse for wear, I see.
Estinien! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
The situation in Garlemald has become more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
More complicated how?
Oh boy.
I like that the dragon song is incorporated into his theme.
Where to begin? After entering the Empire via Razat Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose.
It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Balesar. Our goals being apparently aligned, we joined forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself. There, we found a man whom all assumed dead. But his soul lives on, and he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos ye Galvas. Nor did the surprises end there, for no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead. This sent Gaius into a rage, and he charged in, blade drawn.
Oh, perfect time for... Oh, Echo. And Cryo gets one too. Huh? Oh, Moogle. Sorry. Does Gaius live? What in the world? I've seen him in action, his body at least. You will not best him alone. Nay, death will not come easily to that thing. If you would join me, then by all means. For what good it will do... The Black Wolf and the Azure Dragoon. I suppose this might suffice. Help take down Nidhogg, and he's struggling against this guy, which, I mean, it's same for us. Come, then. What the hell? Nice. Oh, nice. I think he's gotten stronger. Ah, the simple pleasure of one's own flesh. Truly there is no place like home. Abomination. Whatever he is, Milan was barely a match for him. If we stay here much longer... Emperor Varys, your radiance, are you alright? We may wear out our welcome. Your radiance, no! Must even the most middling of sport be spoiled. The world conspires to bore me. But I have no cause to remain. I leave these vermin to you. Oh, he can teleport. And now they think these two killed him. Oh, I know that move. I use that move. Well, any bright ideas? Just one. Holy hell. The intruders have taken flight. I repeat, the intruders have taken flight. Deploy all available Magitech armor. We cannot let them escape. What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, disband. I don't know what the heck has happened with that. Oh, we gotta skip the cutscene. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. Alright. Are we able to skip this section? Okay. Oh, I get to fight as Estinien. Oh, I like how different Estinien feels to my own Dragoon. Similar but different. That's nice. Oh, this is awesome. Oh yeah, put the Moogle back up. The guard scorpion. Yeah, I know exactly what these three moves are. They just stack them instead of having them separate like I do for my Dragoon. Oh yeah, these two that we fought the other time. I didn't realize we didn't kill them. God, I remember when I was first playing a Dragoon and doing the job quests, and I hated Estinien. Just did not trust him. What a way to close out the patch. No kidding. So I'm going here. God, how is this all going to lead into Endwalker? Granted, this is still Shadowbringers epilogue, but I think might be at. You think you're a little bit ahead of me. I'm not looking. Well, someone's been busy. Oh my God! The Omega weapon? Oh God, who is that? Arc Ultima. Oh yeah, an ultimate weapon, not Omega. And you would bar my way, would you? So be it. Come, Nidhogg, lend me your strength. Whoa. Holy crap. Who is that guy? What a great design for this new Ultima. Maybe we should add the trials to my plan. Love the Star Diver. He definitely gets access to this stuff a lot easier than I typically do. Yeah, it's totally Ultimate Weapons theme. That's awesome. Definitely had the trials. What are the trials? Well, not like how are they different? I don't know if I've done the trials. I don't know. Health back. Excuse me, there's apparently a better set of prologue to a set of trials in the 5.2. Interesting. Okay. Continue to use this attack because it actually gets health back. What the heck? Oh, it got me. I didn't take him out in time. Dang it.
He looks like such a badass.
Yeah, you succeeded. I did not. Sheesh. Oh well. I always seem to fail at these and Amy succeeds. I think it's because I took too long to realize that the first attack did the like actually healed up. If I'd realized that to begin with, probably would have been in better shape. And definitely should have taken out those bits. Shame I can't just get back into the fight right away, but oh well. All right, let's try this again. Feels like it takes far less time to charge Star Diver. On very easy. Those two. Yeah, doing this first attack more often is definitely helping. I know what to do. Oh well. God, you just never know who they're going to have you play as next. That's so cool. I'll just come over there. Almost got my limit break. Oh, nice. Now that's a limit break. So much for Ultimate Weapon 2.0. Garleans and their Machina. Now where are you, Gaius? Dragoon supremacy. Heck yeah. Long live my Dragoon. Bless you.
Are you all right?
Peer into my past, did you?
Got to play as you.
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did, but I bore witness to it all.
I'm still not sure what I think of this gift of yours. But no matter. Our confrontation was cut short when the Imperial Guard arrived. It was then that Xenos took his leave, citing boredom.
To think their research into the Echo could bear such fruit. Escaping death, jumping from one body to the next, and returning to his own after all this time. He is an Ascian in all but name.
Oh, God.
It beggars belief, aye. But no more than a hero traversing the rift between worlds. My concerns are far more prosaic. With the Emperor dead and the Crown Prince missing, the Empire is in disarray. Until order is restored, assuming it even possible, we needn't fear an Imperial reprisal. And for reasons of his own, Xenos took it upon himself to rid the world of Black Rose. Riol has already gone to apprise the Alliance leaders of these developments. We may leave the matter in their hands for now.
So the Garleans are off the table for now.
Then perhaps we have seen the last of the fighting at Gimlet. Though, if it comes to civil war, I cannot help but fear for the provinces. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten to ask. What became of Gaius? Did he not escape with you?
That he did, but we parted ways shortly after leaving Garlemald. He claimed another threat had arisen which demanded his attention.
I'm guessing these are the trials you guys are talking about.
But the absence of some device or other in the capital gave him reason to believe they're planning something.
And there are a lot of moving pieces.
I believe he has well and truly shed the Black Wolf's pelt. Conquest is no longer his objective. We may safely leave him to his own devices.
Well, it's nice to have one less foe to worry about, even if we do have a mysterious new threat to look out for instead. Speaking of which, I'll see that Riol and Al Shinobi are made aware. Though we still know next to nothing, it can't hurt to be vigilant.
Well then, with Black Rose nipped in the bud, I believe I've fulfilled my part of the bargain.
That's true, but with the Archon still slumbering away, we were hoping you might agree to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Sorry, but I'm not inclined to extend my contract. Gaius isn't the only one with business to attend to.
And what are you up to, Estinien?
Thank you for your help then, Estinien. I see why Alphino admires you so.
It's so funny he's joining us in freaking Dawn Trail.
Farewell, my friend. See that you don't make a habit of dozing off in battle.
I suppose we should all be getting on then. As ever, we will see to the Archon's needs. In the meantime, why not get some rest? You've more than earned it. Go on.
You must be shattered after all that hopping back and forth between worlds. Why not stay here and rest for a while? I'm sure Beck Lug can manage without you. They've got enough science to help them, if you ask me. Oh boy, and still another scene. Meanwhile, in Garlemald, we're getting used to that at the end of these little bits. Oh, they are not doing well. Traitors, you would dare deny Lord Nerva the throne. Onward, before this day is done, victory shall be ours. You know, maybe we should give this to Gaius. Boring, boring, boring. Do you think I find it amusing, like dogs herding cattle to the slaughterhouse? Hugh, your soul is... Who are you? Before your majesty, I am but another dog, lost in want of a new master, a hunting dog if you should wish it so. For I know full well the prey you would seek next. Now who is this? Zodiark. What? Xenos wants to challenge Zodiark? Oh boy. Alright, back to Yulmore. Did you hear? The mayor's reopening Daedalus Stoneworks and they're looking for laborers. There's talk of resettling some of the old abandoned villages too. They're even laying on free Talos to help anyone willing to make the move. Free Talos, huh? We'd best get packing. Steady work, board, and lodging. If that's not a recipe for hope, I don't know what is. Well, this is looking better at least. Hope. What the hell? Yes, so long as I yet live, I would see that feeble flame rekindled. What is... Okay, this can't be Ardbert. What the hell? It is my destiny to see our dream fulfilled. Okay. Well, that is 5.1. That is certainly interesting to say the least. Yeah. Amy's still... Huh? No, that's not Elidibus. He would have said so otherwise. So that's somebody new. So, what was I going to say? So yeah, next time when we come back to Final Fantasy XIV, we'll be playing the first Eden map. And I don't know how long that takes. And depending if we have extra time after the first bit of Eden, we'll also probably toss in the twinning whenever we get a chance to do that. And if, after that's done, we can take a look at these trials after we do like Eden 2 and so forth, and just see if we can squeeze this stuff in, because I want to see all this stuff, but I also want to make sure we get to Yakuza 0 at a decent time, and of course Endwalker beyond that. So yeah, we're just trying to keep this going, because I would like to get to the Mega Man Marathon this year. Because that's not Ardbert, it seems. I don't think that's Ardbert. I don't know what that's up with that guy. Oh boy. But yeah, so yeah, next time will be Eden 1 and whatever else we can get to in that time. And then the time before that, after Eden 1, we'll be doing 5.2. With, the story of Shadowbringers coming to a close for now with 5.3. So, yeah, basically it's all just extra stuff after that point. But yeah, this is fascinating to say the least. It is cool to see, for sure. Oh boy. Otherwise, we'll be, of course, I'll be back on Sunday for more Nier Automata, which is important because that's how we're going to, once I need to finish Nier Automata before I get to these raids, or at least I'm trying to do that, at least as close as I can. And then on Monday will be more Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. And hopefully, if Amy's feeling better, I'm crossing my fingers that she might be available to stream tomorrow on her channel Belle Aim with Baba Is You. If not, we'll just push that back. And same for her streams on Saturday, where she's playing A Link to the Past for the very first time. So yeah, keep an eye out for all that stuff. Otherwise, let's see who we can raid. Oh, Lady Pelvic is streaming. That doesn't happen too often. Let's raid her. She's playing Apollo Justice. And yes, we'll go with Miauto Gear Solid for our raid, just because it's so weird. Yes, like with Alpha just put. So yeah, let's raid Lady Pelvic. Start up that raid. Thank you all so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Hope to see you next week for more Final Fantasy XIV, and on Sunday if you're interested in Nier Automata. So I hope all of you take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you soon. Till then, bye.